I'm jumping out drugs, I'm jumping out drugs. Don't do that, my nigga. I'm jumping.
Ka-Kafanee.
After 5 years and many lies, Carti has finally released one of the most anticipated albums of the entire year, which is his new 30-song album, I Am Music, which features a lot of his longtime collaborators like Travis, The Weeknd, Skepta, Future, Young Thug, and after 7 years of waiting, finally new music with Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi. Ty Dolla $ign and Jhené Aiko are both on the album. Ty Dolla $ign being featured on the album doesn't seem as random because they've already collabed in the past with the Vulture series. I definitely didn't expect Jhené to have a feature, but regardless, she did a great job. But the biggest curveball of them all is Kendrick Lamar having 3 different features on this album. I've had the album on repeat since it came out, so I wanted to give my thoughts on if the album lived up to the hype and was it worth 5 years of waiting. First, let's talk about the release and the rollout of the album, which started back in 2021, which is also when the lies start. Back in 2021, only a few months after the release of Whole Lotta Red, Carti started teasing new music. The first project that he teased was a Whole Lotta Red Deluxe, even tweeting and asking fans what songs that they wanted. Ultimately, the Whole Lotta Red Deluxe never came to light, and Carti went on to announce a whole new project called Narcissus that was supposed to drop September 13th of 2021. And once September 13th came, nothing dropped, leaving a lot of fans upset for him lying about 2 different projects in the same year. Months later, in April of 2022, in an interview, Carti announces that he's working on another album called Music. For the remainder of the year, Carti didn't really give too much information about the release of Music after that. In December of 2022, he tweeted to his fans, "I love all my supporters, it's time." He didn't give any date of release or time frame of when the project was actually coming. There was already a lot of hype for the album at the time, but it got increased when academics announced that the album should be dropping in January of 2023.
The album, the project, the music, what you've waited for, will be delivered in January.
January came and nothing came out again. Then March of 2023, during his Rolling Loud performance, Carti premiered a new song called Rockstar. We also had Carti's DJ, Swamp Izzo, announce that the tape was done.
Swamp Izzo, Playboi Carti album is done.
And told fans the exact words that they hate to hear from artists is that the music is coming
Soon.
Coming soon to own on DVD and video.
Again, they didn't announce any time frame or release date for the project. After that, the only new music from Carti that we really got that year came from his features from The Weeknd's Popular and Travis Scott's Fiend. There was also an announcement of the Antagonist Tour, which was supposed to be the entire Opium label going on tour together. Initially, the tour was supposed to start in September of 2023, but then it was announced that it got pushed back to January of 2024. After the tour got postponed, in December of 2023, Carti started his promo for the I Am Music album by posting the logo, which went on to be the album cover for the first time. He also debuted a new snippet, which went on to be Evil Jordan. Shortly after that, we had the release of Different Day, which was the first solo Carti song we heard in years. After Different Day, we started to get more and more music out of Carti, with the release of 2024, Hood by Air, Backrooms featuring Travis Scott, and Evil Jordan. During this time, he also had features on Vultures, one of which was Carnival, which went #1, earning Carti his first #1 on Billboard. This was also the same February where we had the now infamous Aiden Ross livestream, where Carti came on for about 6 minutes, just acted really mysterious and didn't really talk to him.
So how's the album coming along? It's coming along good? You excited for it? So excited. Damn, bro. Anything you could tell us, tell the people?
Mind blowing.
Then just left with a bag of money that Aiden gave him, which was allegedly $2 million that he was getting paid for his appearance, leaving both fans and Aiden really upset. He did eventually apologize to Aiden and planned to do a part 2, but just like the last projects he's announced, it never happened. He then went silent for a few weeks until March, where he came back and debuted Ketamine. He also had more features come out with I Love It and Type Shit. Then in June, during his Summer Smash performance, he premiered more new music. When he did, one of the songs he premiered was All Red, which actually went on to be released later in 2024. He premiered 2 other songs, one called G-Wagon and the other one called Skinny Jeans. But both of those never came out. Fast forward to September of 2024, he went to Brazil to perform Timeless for the first time with The Weeknd. Then on the day before his birthday, he released all the different covers for I Am Music, as well as merch and a digital album. That same September is when All Red released. A couple weeks after that, we got the official release of Timeless with The Weeknd. Then at Complex Con in November, he debuted new music and new merch. He also performed at Camp Flog Gnaw. After performing at Camp Flog Gnaw, we saw a video of him in the back of a car asking fans if they wanted the album in December or January.
Hey, whenever you want, bro.
Is this nigga serious?
He also alluded to having no features on it at this time.
Who featured?
Then in December, he performed at Rolling Loud Miami, which was one of his best performances, and he premiered Drugs Got Me Numb, Crush, Cocaine Nose, Walk, and Rather Lie with The Weeknd. Carti and Academics hyped up the album some more by hinting at a release in January of 2024, and it ultimately didn't release in 2024. There was no real updates about music in January at all. For all of January, all he really posted was fit pics, and we did get the release of a 00XO deluxe version of Hurry Up Tomorrow, which was just Opium collab merch with The Weeknd. Then in February, we started seeing billboards go up, some saying I Am Music, Music is Coming, Trim, Overly Trim, Sorry for the Wait, I'm So YVL, and Baby Boy. During this time, there's also rumors that leakers had the album and that they were going to release it if Carti didn't do it himself, which seems to be true because Academics confirmed that Carti released the album, because if not, the album was going to leak the next week.
He had to drop it today as well. They were about to leak the album next week.
Finally, on March 12th, Carti actually announces himself that the album is dropping on Friday. The following day, he also confirmed some of the features and the time that it was dropping. The album was originally scheduled to drop at 12 p.m. PST until it got pushed back to 3 until it ultimately came out around 5 a.m. Overall, I really love the album. Throughout the years of waiting for the album, Carti has teased different musical styles, so it's great to actually finally see the full vision outside of just one or two songs at a time, especially when it came to songs like Pop Out and Cocaine Nose, where we finally hear songs that are similar to the concert versions that he performs, where he mixes the trap sound with elements of rock. So far, some of my favorite songs have been Rather Lie, Backdoor, Good Credit, Jumpin', I See You Baby Boy, Evil Jordan with the new intro, and Crank. The project overall sounds more like a mixtape than an album, and you can tell Carti took a lot of inspiration from the Dedication series by Lil Wayne. He actually gives Lil Wayne a direct shout out in a song titled after him called Like Weezy. Like Weezy also pays tribute to Atlanta by sampling Rich Kid's Bend Over. Carti had a lot of big names on this album, and he did a really good job by not getting overshadowed by their features. All his verses on songs with features, he did just as good, if not better, than the other artists. I think the only two people on this project that outshined him on his own song were Lil Uzi.
And I ain't gonna lie, he admitted, he said he think this is Uzi's hardest verse ever. He even said, he's like, I ain't gonna lie, I walked down a lot of niggas on this project, but Uzi, he might have got one on me still.
And Kendrick. For Kendrick, it was just on
Good Credit.
just because his verse is a little bit better to me. For Uzi, it's more so Jumpin' because Twin Trim doesn't have Carti on it, which seems kind of weird because there's about 40 seconds of beat that has nothing on it until Uzi's verse starts. Carti also went back and made changes to Evil Jordan, Hood by Air, and Ketamine. Evil Jordan got an updated intro that sounds like the live version of the song and features a sample of Popular by The Weeknd, which Carti features on with Madonna. Ketamine got renamed to K-pop. Hood by Air had probably the biggest change to it. He removed some of the lines that were on the original version of the song. So hearing it now seems kind of weird because the lines weren't changed at all. They were just totally taken out. So the song now kind of sounds like it's unfinished. He also added snares to the song, which throw it off a little bit more. The song was produced by Carto, and after the album version of the song came out, he even confirmed he didn't add the snares. So I imagine this had to be a last minute change on Carti's end. Which leads me to the things that I don't actually like about the project. The album at times sounds very rushed. The sequencing in the album seems already off because if you listen to Pop Out, it actually is supposed to transition into Evil Jordan. So it makes it very obvious that the tracklist got changed around at the last minute. And when they added new songs to the tracklist, they weren't really thinking of the actual sequencing.
One more secret I feel I have to share with you.
I don't even think this album needed 30 songs. And I understand from the perspective of, hey, it's been 5 years since I last dropped, let's give them as many songs as possible. But it really started to make the album sound bloated when I was listening to it over time. Because with having 30 songs, a lot of them will start sounding repetitive, especially if all of the drum patterns sound the same. And that's not even to say that the songs that are added are bad, it just seems like they're kind of unnecessary. I also think a couple of songs could have been longer, like both Uzi songs could have had an extra verse, and for both songs, Carti's parts sound almost unnecessary. Twin Trim kinda sounds unfinished without Carti being on it, especially when there's just 40 seconds of the beat playing until it gets to Uzi's verse, which is only like 30 seconds. So it just seems like the song's unfinished, but he liked the song enough to put it on the album. Like Weezy is another one that could have been a little bit longer. The last thing that I didn't like about the album was how they used the Swamp Izzo tags. It just sounds like when they added all his tags and all his ad-libs, they put them sometimes at really random parts, or they didn't think about it too much. And like the perfect example is Opium Baby. It just sounded like they were just hitting random buttons to see what happens. And I feel like the song itself is good, but with the tags and all the ad-libs on it, it just sounds like straight noise pollution. To be honest, Opium Baby deserves the hate that Meteor Man got.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
But there's also songs like Crank that are on the total opposite spectrum. Listening to that song, it sounds like they were in complete flow state when it came to Swamp Izzo's ad-libs. Do I personally think this album was worth 5 years of waiting? I'd say yeah, and that it also lived up to the hype. But I don't think this album truly took 5 years to create. Cause just listening to it, if Carti said that this album was made in the past 3 months and this music is all current, I totally believe him. There's not really any song on here that makes me think that they had to take more than a couple of days to create it. But even despite that, the album is still fire. And it will probably remain the album with the most hype for the entire year. Carti's already broken a lot of records with music. He's the 3rd artist in history to ever have 30 or more songs in the Hot 100. The only other 2 artists who have done this are Morgan Wallace and Taylor Swift. He's also the first hip-hop artist to do this. In the first week, the album was streamed 384 million times, making it the 3rd biggest streaming week for any rap album ever. It also earned the biggest first week streaming debut for any album since Taylor Swift's album that came out last year, The Tortured Poets Department. The album also did 320K first week and debuted at number 1. He is scheduled to be touring with The Weeknd starting in May and has already announced another album that's called Baby Boy. Hopefully releases in under 5 years this time. But that's all I got for today. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Are you enjoying the album? Do you not like the album? Are you ready for Baby Boy? As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
That you ran for me. I know that you're bound for me. Baby, would you skip town for me?
Ka-Kafanee.